There's no IELTS exam for the UAE.
No IELTS exams. You don't need to take any IELTS because in the UAE, the last salary I was earning up to 12,500 dirhams, which is approximately like 2,000 pounds.
You said it before. Hey, stop that. Hi, everybody. So today I have here Vanessa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
Yes, she's from Cameroon, and she was trained in Cameroon and worked in Cameroon, and then she moved to the United Arab Emirates to work as a nurse. And then just a couple of days ago, she moved to the UK. So she does have a lot to share today. Today, we're going to talk about nursing in the UAE, especially for people that are struggling to pass the IELTS, but they don't have good jobs back in their home countries and they want to travel. The UAE is actually a very good option for you. And today, Vanessa will be talking about it. And she'll also tell us why the UAE is good when she moved to the UK. All right. Also, she's a YouTuber. She has a channel called Vanessa. I'll leave a screenshot here and I'll leave a link to her channel in the description so you can head over and watch all the videos that she has. You're going to love her. So, guys, stay tuned for this video. Welcome, Vanessa, to my channel.
Thank you so much, Nanelle. I'm so glad to be on your channel today.
Oh, I'm happy to have you. And you're the second Cameroonian on my channel. The first person was Dr. Dominique. I don't know if you watched my video here. I'll send you the link so you can watch it. You love it. You love it.
Okay.
And I'm happy to have you here. How long have you been in the UK?
I've been in the UK for maybe 10 days.
10 days. You are still new. You are still
very new.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And so far, your first impressions, what do you think about the UK?
The UK is very nice. And I was told that it will be winter now, but I still enjoy sun and the green vegetation just makes me feel like very comfortable.
And I think it's not as hot as the UAE, right?
No, it's compared to the UAE, it's very cold.
Oh, I see. So tell us, how long did you practice in Cameroon before you moved to the UAE?
I practiced in Cameroon for 5 years, 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically in an emergency unit.
What made you move to the UAE from Cameroon?
The only thing that made me to move was that I wanted to get an international experience because I kept wondering how people are practicing nursing in other countries. And seriously, I was amazed.
So what's the process like? If let's say I'm in Ghana, I'm in Nigeria, I'm in Cameroon, I'm wherever, and I want to move to the UAE because I'm not passing the IELTS to come to the UK. I'm struggling to pass the NCLEX to move to the US. I've been told that the UAE is another good option. So what basically are the requirements to move to the UAE to practice as a nurse?
If you are a nurse from your home country and you want to be a registered nurse in the UAE, you must have a BSc in nursing.
So you have a diploma.
Yes, you must have a degree. As a diploma nurse, you will not be allowed to practice in the UAE as a registered nurse. Okay. But being a diploma nurse, practicing as a practical nurse or a registered nurse in the UAE is still a very good option because I bet you the salaries are very high as compared to what we are receiving back home, even as RNs or even some GPs.
So you are saying that you have to be a degree holder to be able to practice in the UAE as a registered nurse. But if you have a diploma, you can practice as a practical nurse.
Yes.
Which is a bit lower than the registered nurse. Yes.
You do everything the registered nurse does, but you will not administer medications.
Okay. Yes. So aside that, what else do I need? Aside having a degree or having a diploma, what else do I need?
So you need your transcript, you need your home country license, and then you also need a certificate of experience to prove that you have been practicing, especially for those that had practiced for more than 2 years. But if you are a fresh graduate, there was an update that you can apply for your verification without an experience letter.
So how do I get this experience letter? From my employers? From back home?
Yes, from your employers back home. So with all these documents, you can go online to their site, because in Dubai, they call it Dubai, but it's the United Arab Emirates. Dubai has their own health authorities. Abu Dhabi has theirs, and Sharjah and other Emirates, they have theirs. So they have 3 nursing. They have 3 nursing bodies that are controlling the registration for nurses there. So with that, you have to apply with them. When you apply to them for verification, they'll ask you to upload all these documents, and then there is a fee that you pay. While you are still in your country, you can do this.
So if I want to go to Abu Dhabi, I will apply to the one in Abu Dhabi. If I want to go to Dubai, okay, but the requirements are the same. So you just go to the
requirements are the same.
And then you upload the documents, and that's it.
That's it. Then you pay, there's a particular amount you pay for it. I think I have a video that I did about the documents you need to become a registered nurse in the United Arab Emirates.
So after the documents, I pay the money, do I need to write an exam?
After that, once they complete your verification, they'll send you an email to say that your verification is either positive or negative. If it is positive, means you can now come into the United Arab Emirates and sit for your exams.
So what exams is it?
It's like the CBT of the UK.
Is it also multiple choice questions, or is it a written exam or a practical?
Multiple choice questions, computerized.
Okay, just that. That's all.
Just that. When you get that, you now, within 24 hours, now you get the results that either you passed or you didn't pass. So once you passed, within 24 hours, you have that. Now you need to look for an employer who is going to activate the license for you.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you search for the employer?
You just go to the job market, like use the Indeed, other apps that are advertising jobs. They'll tell you, some companies are saying that we need exams passers. Some companies will say that we need someone with experience in the UAE, but it doesn't restrict you from applying, even if you are just an exams passer. But for sure, when you pass your exams, you are going to have a job.
Wow. So can you please give me the link to the different nursing councils in the UAE? So I'll leave it in the description, and then you can also send me the video that you did, a link to the video that you did explaining the documents that people need. I'll leave it in the description, and then. So there's no Ielts exam for the UAE.
No Ielts exams. You don't need to take any Ielts.
Wow. And how much were you earning?
My story is exceptional, and that's why I used to tell people that don't listen to what people are saying about any particular country, because people will still criticize the US, the UK, Canada. So just go with your own, and God will make your own story. Because in the UAE, the last salary I was earning up to 12,500 dirhams, which is approximately like 2,000 pounds monthly. And I was not practicing as a registered nurse. I was practicing as a practical nurse.
No, say it again.
Yeah, 12,500 dirhams. That's what I was earning.
What's the currency again?
Arab Emirate dirhams. Mm-hmm.
And you were earning 12,500, which is approximately 2,000 pounds as a practical nurse. So you're earning that like as a care assistant, sort of.
Yes, exactly. That's why I say everyone has their story. Because when I was earning 3,000 dirhams before COVID. So when COVID came, I now joined the COVID response team, and I joined one company. They were paying me 10,000 dirhams. When I went to this for the interview, they just told me, we are going to give you 7,000 dirhams. I said, no, I want 12,000. They said, okay, we'll give you 10,000. That is how I started. So
you bargain,
yes, if you know what you want. Some people don't bargain, but actually I thought it was to bargain. So, but in the United Arab Emirates, during your interview, kindly state what you want. If the company doesn't want to pay you that, it's fine. You can always search in another company. The thing is, people criticize the United Arab Emirates because at times they will go in a desperate situation. You just want to go somewhere as if you were dreaming out of your country. You should not do that. Yeah. So if you are well to do,
too much sometimes. Yeah,
if you can accommodate yourself and fit for some time, so you can actually bargain and you get a very good salary.
Wait, when you submit the document online and then they do the evaluation and then it comes out positive, what kind of visa do you apply for? Is it a visit visa to Dubai? A visit visas
I
in the UK.
came through a visit visa, but presently they have changed their procedures and now you can go through the job seekers visa.
So after they do the verification and it comes out positive, you can apply for a job seekers visa to the UAE.
Yes,
When you get
yes,
there, you find a place to stay and then you start looking for jobs. You write the exam, you pass the
yes,
exam, and then when you pass, you start looking for
good
an
job.
employer for a job
Yeah.
passer, whatever. Okay, okay,
Mhm.
okay. So generally, the nurses there, how much do they earn averagely? The nurses there.
Averagely, it's from 6,000 to 15 up to 20,000 dirhams.
Okay, so that's from how much in dollars or in pounds? How much averagely?
In pounds, let's say from 1,000 pounds to 2,500 pounds.
Wow, wow, that's good. And for a
Yeah.
startup, it's really good. Are nurses in demand in the UAE? Are nurses really in demand?
Yes, nurses are they are high in demand because the UAE is like a stepping stone for nurses. Like on daily basis, I can tell you that approximately like every day a nurse is leaving Dubai either to the UK, to Canada, to the US.
Wow. And how long does the
Mhm.
process take? The whole process?
From your home country to the UAE,
Yeah.
it depends on your verification body. If your school responds to the email very fast, you can take 1 month or 6 weeks just to get your verification completed. And then now it depends now on you how fast you can prepare for the exams to sit for it. Once your verification has been completed, it depends on how long you can prepare for your exams. So if you can prepare within a week, or if you have been preparing before your verification, then you can go immediately for the exams. But you should be sure that you want to pass the exam. It is not a trial and error stuff because after 3 attempts, you are banned from taking the exams.
Is it difficult? You have written the UK CBT and you have written the Dubai exam as well. Which one is more
Yeah,
difficult?
they are very similar.
Similar.
Yeah,
Okay. So is the language a barrier? What language is mostly spoken in Dubai or in the UAE?
English language. Very few people speak Arabic, and it's not the business language there. English is their business language.
So that means there's not going to be a language barrier as well.
No, no.
So and what is the cost of living there like?
It's very expensive,
Mm.
especially when it comes to accommodation. Yes,
Which part of
the
the UAE were you? Were
accommodation.
you in Dubai or you were in Abu Dhabi? Where were you?
I was in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Accommodation in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, it's a little bit expensive because Abu Dhabi is the capital.
So
So you can have a single room for up to 1,000, from 1,500 upward, 1,500 dirhams.
wow. That's like how much in
Yes.
pounds?
This conversion, I really don't know.
Let me check for you. Hold on. Okay. So that's about almost 400 pounds, like 350 pounds. Wait,
Exactly.
before COVID, before you started earning massively, after rent, how much were you able to have on you after rent and bills? How much were you having?
Before COVID, I was earning 3,000 dirhams and I will live in a shared accommodation, like a shared room. I cannot take the room for up to 1,500. That means it's half of my salary. So I get a room and I share it with someone. So I'm paying 750 and he is paying 750.
Mm.
Yes. So I'm able to fit myself with, let's say, my total expenditure for the month can be that 1,500 and then I'll save 1,500.
So what about
Yeah.
those that are going with their families?
I would not advise anyone to go for a start with the family.
Mm.
Yes, especially if you have kids. Don't dare. It's very
Why?
difficult. It, if you have kids, you will not have someone to take care of your children and you need to work. And the working hours are very long, 12 hours. There are very few jobs that you have that you have 8 hours of duty. Most of their jobs, majority jobs are 12 hours of duty. And it's mostly day shifts. So how will you take care of your kids? And if your kids are schooling there, I think education there is very expensive. It's not, I think, education in the United Arab Emirates is very expensive. Yes, so I don't think going for a study you want to try. I had a friend who had a child who brought her child and paid 30,000 dirhams for the school year. The next year she could not stand that 30,000 dirhams again, so she had to send back the child home. Yeah.
Wow. So it's only good for single people and those that have people to take care of their kids back home.
Yes.
So would you advise somebody to go to Dubai
I will
to practice?
advise I will
Why?
advise someone to go.
Because education is expensive and cost of living is expensive. Why would you advise somebody to go?
I will advise them to move there because it actually helped me. I, for one, I have 3 kids, and what I was earning back home, when I moved to the Emirates, I earned 3 times more.
Okay.
So I was able to give a better life for my kids, to my kids. So it's more about just making your choice. But I will tell you that it's a stepping stone. So if you go there and you work hard, you see that you have money that even if you have to take the IELTS like 2, 3, 4 times, you can afford.
It's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I get you. So what made you move to the UK?
As I said, I have 3 kids, and education in the UAE, it's very expensive. Though I was living in the UAE with my husband, but we could still not afford to pay tuition fee for our kids in the United Arab Emirates. So we saw that it's a better chance to move to England where we can live with our family. And I think also here, I think, though I've not been here for long, but I think job stability will be higher here. But in the United Arab Emirates, job stability seems to be like it's 50-50. You can be
What?
working today and tomorrow you can be working today and tomorrow you have no job.
Why? How?
It's just how the country is. It has so much tension. There are so many things that employers will not listen to the staff. They will listen more to their patients, and you just get an email that you should start looking for a new job.
Okay. So you just have to
Mhm.
tread cautiously.
Yes.
So now are you in the UK with your husband and your kids? Or they are yet to join?
Presently, I moved to the UK with my husband. My kids will join later on.
Okay, okay. I'm sure
Mhm.
you love it here. I'm sure you love it here.
Yeah, it's nice here.
Yeah. And was healthcare free in the UAE?
No, but all companies, let me not say all companies, most companies provide insurance for their staff.
Right. And over there, when you go on a job seekers visa or whatever, if you have a work visa in Dubai or the UAE,
Mhm.
your partner and your family can also join you, and your partner can work.
Yes, you can put them, there's a salary range. If your salary is less than 5,000 dirhams, you cannot have dependents. Yeah,
Wow. So when you were earning 3,000, you could not have dependents until you.
no, no.
That's a lot too.
So my husband came on a separate visa and then he got a job and he had his own visa while I was working on my own visa.
Okay, not as your
Yeah.
dependent. That means it's generally tough.
Yeah, it's generally tough, but I would still say it is still better than staying home. As for me, if you are fine home, if you are well to do in your home country, it's fine. But if you see that it's not moving, you can give a try.
Especially since there's no IELTS. And like you said, I like the fact that you said that at least over there, you have enough money to sit the IELTS several times.
Yes.
Yes, but if you're
And
not earning so
also there
much,
is one thing. If you are in the UAE, you can once you have your IELTS, there are companies that can take you from that can help you with the UK process.
so like she's saying, I've
Mhm.
even done a video on this that if you are in certain parts of the world, because the UAE is not a red list country, you can easily get a recruitment agency to bring you from the UAE to the UK once you pass the IELTS. So it's very easy. Once you are
Yeah.
there, it's very easy to get a
Yeah.
job if you're struggling. Wow. So how long is the contract? Like when you got a job, how long were you supposed to work there for?
Their contracts are 2 years contract, but if you get a government hospital, it's a 3 years contract.
So let's say I'm looking at somebody who's in, let's say, Nigeria and wants to go to the UAE to work for just a year and move to the UK. If the person gets a 2 years contract and they want to leave after maybe 1 year, what happens? Like what's
It depends on the contract. If you sign a contract you can that you can breach that contract after your probation, it's fine. You just
Okay.
need to serve your notice period.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what agency assisted you to move to the UK, if you don't mind?
The MSI.
MS.
Sorry, I don't know the full meaning of the MSI, but if you just Google the MSI,
Yeah. On my I
you,
did a video about 10 best agencies to come with Vanessa's. I mentioned them. They are one of the best. MSI.
yes.
So you came with them. How long was the process?
Immediately I got my OET. My results came out late May, so I submitted to them. The next week I had an interview, and
Wow.
that's how my May, June I already had a COS. Then July I had a visa, and then here I am.
Wow. So that was really fast. Maybe like 3.5 months.
Yes.
Maybe like 3.5 months. Wow. Wow. It's a beautiful story. And now you have experience in Cameroon, you have experience in the UAE, and you have experience in the UK. Short experience,
Yes.
but obviously it's going to develop. So, your final words for people that are contemplating it. Like generally, people say that UAE is a difficult place to live. I don't know if you've heard about that. It's
Yes.
a difficult place to live, and they say their law enforcement personnel are not so friendly. Like their police and their whatever, they are not so friendly. I've heard very
Mm.
nasty stuff, and generally for somebody who's struggling, what would you say? And your final words for somebody that wants to be like you, move to UAE and use that as a stepping stone to move to the UK or the US, what would you say?
I will tell that person that you should not listen to what people say. People have different characters. If you're somebody that is humble enough, you never be, you never face challenges in the UAE. I lived in the UAE for close to 4 years. No police has ever stopped me on the way to ask for anything. I've never been harassed in the UAE. I felt very safe, especially in Abu Dhabi. If you check, you see that Abu Dhabi is one of the safest towns in the world for consecutively like 3 years. They got that award for to be they were the safest city in the world. So it's very safe in the UAE. Nobody will harass you for no reason. And if you are moving there, you see that just make up your mind that you want to be that humble person. You have a focus. You look for your job, and once you get your job, you do the right thing. Don't follow others that will want to start comparing or rubbing shoulders with others. You see that you make it. So if you focus on your goal, you enter the UAE, you have time to practice, because at least you do have offs to now seek for your English proficiency, and also there's availability, so many centers, so many other
And so many agencies
materials.
willing to help you as
Yes,
well.
yes. So you can easily get it. Even the CBT, even if you don't want to do the IELTS, because so many African countries don't have the occupational English test centers. There are so many in the UAE, so you can take it there. So I will not tell you that the United Arab Emirates is a bad place. It was so good to me that I will encourage anybody, even if you are moving to the US or you are moving to Canada and you are of bad conduct, I bet you still end up in jail. So it all depends on your character.
Well said. How many hours were you working a week?
I was working 48 hours a week.
48 hours. Okay.
Yes.
So that's about 4 shifts in a week.
Yes.
So on your off days, were you going to all those nice places in Dubai to chill?
Oh my God, I miss them. I miss them.
Really? So you went to
Yes.
the let me mention that there are 4 places that I really want to visit in Dubai. I want to go to the dolphinarium. Is that the right way to say it?
Which one?
Where they swim with the dolphins and they take pictures of the dolphins in the water.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. And then I want to go to that miracle garden, the one with the plenty flowers.
Yes. Miracle Garden.
Yeah. And then where else? Obviously the desert safari.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, which other place do I want to visit? That long building, the Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa, yeah. Those are the four main.
Yeah, there are so many nice places in the United Arab Emirates you enjoy. Also, we have so many luxurious there are so many luxurious hotels that you actually want to spend time there. And there's one thing that I really enjoyed in my last company. The company that paid me the highest, they lodged me continuously for 2 years in all the luxurious hotels because I was working from the hotel to my job site.
Hey, Auntie.
Yes.
Auntie, honestly, please send me pictures, I think. I'll use it as bureau. Really?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my
So I really enjoyed my stay in the United Arab Emirates, and I will tell you that everyone will not be the same. It might not be good for that person, and it will be good on you. So just give a try. Even in other countries, people are still finding difficulties. So you don't know where God wants you to settle.
wow, well said. I enjoy this. When I'm in Dubai, I'll call you. Right, so
Okay.
I'll leave a screenshots of Vanessa's channel. Please head over and watch all that. She has detailed videos about the process, and you can hit her up. And then if you have any issues, I'm sure she'll be willing to help you. And yeah, so thank you so much, Vanessa, for coming.
Thank you so much, Anel.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.